Chess's governing body, FIDE, seems to be fighting more battles off the board than hosting on it. Even before the flames from the feud with Magnus Carlsen could settle, we now have Russia and FIDE in the ring. The sports' governing body has been accused of being biased against the country, reigniting the debate of whether Russian players are getting ostracized owing to the Ukraine invasion. Russian chess grandmaster, a two-time Chess Olympiad gold medalist, Kateryna Lagno, withdrew from the FIDE Grand Prix, which is scheduled to take place in India later this month. The absence of such a high-rated player doesn't bode well for the tournament and the sport, especially given the reasons. So FIDE earlier claimed that she isn't taking part owing to personal reasons, but the Russian has come out refuting FIDE's statement. Lagno wrote a letter to FIDE president Arkady Dvorkovich, which was published by her friend on her social media platform. In the letter, Lagno claimed she was disrespected and humiliated by the jury at the Grand Prix event in Monaco a little over a month ago. So during the Monaco leg of the Grand Prix, there was a special prize for the most beautiful game of the tournament. While Lagno failed to win the title, she felt that her performance in one of the games deserved the prize. The winner was given a Cartier luxury watch, which of course costs over $3,500. The title was decided subjectively by members, so you cannot quite counter this in any way possible. So what Lagno is basically saying is that had she not been a Russian, she would have won this title. And after being denied the prize, she now feels humiliated. That's why she has pulled out of the Indian leg of the tournament. That's a massive allegation from the Russian player. And while FIDE hasn't responded to these yet, Lagno is getting fact-checked by fellow chess players, like German Grandmaster Elisabeth Pahetz, who competed at the very same event and has quashed Lagno's accusations. She says that nationality had nothing to do with the Russian not getting picked in the category because the player who was eventually awarded the prize, Alexandra Kostyuniuk, is herself a Russian-Swiss grandmaster. Pahetz further went and clarified, saying that the sponsor of the prize was also who happened to be a Russian, all indicating that maybe it wasn't down to Lagno's birth country. Although Pahetz claimed that there was favoritism, it wasn't inspired by nationality, at least not here.
Lagno has no ties to Monaco. Kostyuniuk is not only a member of the Monaco Chess Club, but won many events in Monaco. She is the glory of Monaco chess for decades. Yet to me it looks still like a quick random choice of two games.
Kostyuniuk, the eventual winner, might have looked more appealing to the panel. That's exactly how she puts it. What Lagno is forgetting is that had there been a Russian bias, then a Russian, Arkady Dvorkovich, wouldn't have been sitting on FIDE's highest position, that of president of the board. Ever since Russia invaded Ukraine, the sporting world has banned Russian teams from competing across various sporting events. But in tournaments such as Olympics and chess, where individuals can still take part, they are allowed to play as neutral players. FIDE has done the same. Sure, things have been tricky for Russian athletes post the Ukraine invasion, but this is a moment where players can show that they are no different than the rest of the bunch, that they are competing on the basis of their abilities, their skills. If Lagno was so sure about her skills, shouldn't she have proved so by participating in India? The biggest example, of course, is that of Magnus Carlsen. He doesn't make any bones about his tiff with FIDE. He revolts and rebels. He nags and taunts. He even took a jibe at FIDE by wearing denims, a reason for which he was fined during the World Rapid event. And he shushed all the noise by going ahead and winning the World Blitz title. This episode makes everyone ask, are the Russians threatened by the rise of players from other countries? And are they unable to cope with Russia losing their monopoly in the sport entirely?
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
The Prime Minister Modi. How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.